where we talk about whatever we want. And there's lots of stuff to talk about, so let's move it on. Captain, sensors indicate censorship, fraud, political bias, and spyware emanating from the specter of big tech. Yes, a bunch of giant zombie companies have billions of dollars in lawyers, and they're trying to prevent you from being able to say what you want on the internet. Were you aware? Well, what a mess. We're going to talk more about that later. First, let's talk about the way volcanoes, and not meteorites, appear to have caused the planet to have cooled in the past. Was it because carbon dioxide was decreased? Well, absolutely not. Global cooling was caused by volcanic eruptions. And by the way, volcanoes produce carbon. They don't suck carbon out of the atmosphere. So we love this article here on SciTech Daily. SciTechDaily.com, one of my favorites. And we're going to talk more about eating volcanoes. We'll encourage you to eat a volcano later. Have you heard about the stories about the plume of water vapor on Mars? And how it totally either is or isn't a volcano. Anyway, what's happened here is you've entered into a dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. These are the voyages of the smash ship smAsho. And one of the places we've put up content is smAshomash.com/forum. If you haven't scoped it out yet, well, have yourself a look. Don't burn up in the atmosphere. There are forums about cosmology, Earth and geophysics, general science, the sun, and a free-for-all. And for new users, go ahead, put up a post, talk about coffee, talk about Hydrox cookies, talk about solar events. By the way, we are streaming live to Twitch. Shout out to our latest viewer over there. We're also on Facebook, and you may have noticed some problems with Facebook, as there could be just a tad of censorship over there. Check us out, facebook.com/smAshomash. And also facebook.com/groups/entropybusters is a spot where we post content, some of it exclusive, some of it the same as every place else. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Facebook. You may have noticed in the winter of 2018, there were some, let's just say, issues that developed, prompting me to do things like write a song called The 12 Days of Censorship. Let's talk about Alphabet. Do you follow me on Instagram? Well, if not, you may not know that Alphabet misleads its shareholders. Yes, that's right. Alphabet, parent company of Google, misleads its shareholders. People seeking information, it misleads itself on the efficacy and the role of big tech. Lying to shareholders is a crime. And if Alphabet isn't culpable, then nobody has ever been culpable for misleading shareholders. These entities have zero concern for human health and are more interested in politics than writing good code. Do you own Alphabet stock? Do you invest in companies so they can break the internet? Google owns about 60% of servers worldwide. I hope they enjoy preventing another Trump situation, because that's as effective and ethical as Hillary Clinton as president. Also, shout out to Dr. Fauci. And we've ordered a bunch of different strap-on dildos with our branding on them. Thanks to you, Dr. Fauci, for your great work. Thanks to our patrons, the real source of funding for the content. As we greatly appreciate your support, please consider becoming a patron if you haven't. And we've got 9 subscription levels for your convenience. And again, we thank you for being associate, executive, etc. producers of the content. Thanks for being condensed matter patrons. Credit crawl coming. Thanks for helping to keep us ungoogleable. Since, well, who needs the government to censor you? Now, I used to be, quote, left-wing because I opposed government censorship in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Now I guess I'm right-wing because I still oppose censorship, whether it's from big tech or from government. Who needs the government? Mark will do it for free. By the way, big tech, you can't break the internet. But the internet can break you. Let's talk about our mission. You can read this to your friends and foes at smashamash.com/forum/mission. It's to assist, study, and report the ongoing formation of a unified theory of physics, to raise the awareness of the general public of the relationship between space weather and Earth effects. It's real, folks. Space weather causes earthquakes, deal with it. Also to connect and consult with media organizations to multiply our reach. Hence us making these videos every day and wondering why nobody watches them. 4, to demonstrate cutting-edge proof of concept solutions to problems, to publish scientific papers in a multidisciplinary fashion, including but not limited to the sciences scrolling before your very eyes. To assist mankind is another mission by advancing the study of predictive phenomenon, like, I don't know, solar flares, coronal mass ejections, etc., to optimize value and reduce risk and liability and save lives and resources and adapt, no matter what the adversity is. And lastly, to not be ossified in our beliefs and to treat those who are with love, respect, and inclusion to this scientific discussion, no matter how dumb they are, as there are no dumb questions, but there are dumb people. So here's the deal, folks. Ignorance is the root of all knowledge. Help us to perpetuate knowledge and eradicate ignorance, however you may see fit. We do put exclusive content up on BitChute as we demonstrated yesterday. Here's a clip from yesterday's 200 subscriber spectacularly stupendous special. The old version of "that is an ass and that is a hole in the ground." Oh my God, I've said swear words. Don't worry, folks, an ass is a pack animal. By the way, if you haven't pressed like and subscribe on YouTube, please do it. Do it now. No, that's okay. We'll wait. Go press like and subscribe, or the video will not go on. We're on pause. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Oh, you don't want to interface with the Google junkware? Well, go and press like, press the notification bell. We'll wait. Waiting. Press like and subscribe. Do I got to wait for you to type a comment? Fine. We'll wait for you to type a comment. You got 5 seconds. Thank you. Were you aware that, well, the thing is that, yeah, it's a sort of a, yeah. smAsho.org. You may find links. You may think the site stinks. Don't be surprised to see changes soon. All the links to our social media are right there underneath that arrow. It's a harrowing experience at smashamash.com/forum, where a hydrox doctor is front like Africa, and we're killing our citizens by not giving them hydrox. Thanks be stoic. Again, go have a read at smashamash.com/forum. There's also a 31-page section about COVID-19/coronavirus. And that brings me to a point. Could you please, if you're an American, would you please, Mansa, just Mansa, make America not suck again. It's not that hard. You don't have to be a propagandist or a grandstanding bitch. You could just make America not suck again. It's up to you. Please participate in Mansa. Or, if you're not in America, perhaps you want to see America destroyed. By the way, I'm hearing thunder. It's time for lightningmaps.org. But if you want to hear America destroyed, well, maybe you're interested in Mensa-ing. Maybe you think that getting rid of America would be a benefit to the rest of the world. Fine. Then Mensa. Make Earth not suck again. It's up to you. Seriously, don't try to destroy the U.S. It's a bad idea. By the way, order the shirts. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's talk about the journalistic malpractice. Now, on July 5th, after experiencing a 90% decrease in something or other. Anyway, journalists are trying to frighten you with information about the COVID, because the COVID is very, very spooky. In fact, the COVID is so spooky and scary that it's actually kind of making me mad. So let me just show you what happens here when I get angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, because what happens is the flames turn blue, and you never know when I may start destroying things. So, media agencies are on the chopping block right now. Look at the headlines that happened on July 5th. After COVID deaths dropped from 2,748 deaths per day to 263 deaths per day. Oh my God, more COVID peak. Florida infected rise by record number cases once lauded. Texas now grapples hospitals in at least 2 counties. Oh my God, 2 of 6,000 counties across the U.S. have reached capacity. Oh my God, Phoenix sick. More rules in Miami. Governors stress, quote, personal responsibility, end quote, except have none themselves. Virus floats in air as aerosol. Your dogs and cats can get it. I guess they failed to cover that, since there's no way you can possibly stop a virus with the communicability of the COVID-19. And on and on and on it goes. By the way, in Europe, they are doing World Cup bicycle racing right now, and guess how many masks they're wearing? 0. Let's talk about beer and wine and spirit consumption in the U.S. Ouch! Check out the uptick. I wonder why that is. Because people are at home and they're getting drunk and they're committing suicide and domestic abuse and all kinds of other child abuse and terrible things. So the unintended consequences of the lockdowns are horrendous. We're not even going to talk about masks today, although I may have to make some custom ones that say Tom Wolfe and Rachel Levine are COVIDiots. Maybe have photographs of those 2 officials, Pennsylvania's top COVIDiots. More people on the taxpayer dole who don't know how to do their own job. Anyway, one of the unintended consequences is obese people dying in droves, since they're twice as likely to die from COVID. And they're going to get more obese because of drinking and sitting around and not doing exercise or bike races. Let's talk about affiliates. smAshlight.com/affiliate. Please affiliate with us and purchase products such as the pulse oximeter and the L-lysine. And the latest one we've put up is the MSM, yes. So the 1,000 milligram MSM gel caps are a great choice. And by the way, you can take the MSM out of the gel caps and use the gel caps for other stuff, such as cayenne pepper tablets, and we'll explain that at a later time. But in any case, check out the MSM, methyl sulfonyl-methane. So it's used by thoroughbred racehorses to lower inflammation in them, and it can lower inflammation in you also, perhaps. And we're pumping the Now brand. So again, this is 240 capsules in 1,000 milligrams, and this stuff is part of the sulfur cycle. It's largely misunderstood by science, or not understood at all. And here's part of where it comes from. It's carbonyl sulfide. So when we talk about eating volcanoes, the MSM is part of your volcanic consumption. And it's an important antioxidant that can just sort of zap free radicals out of your system and reduce your systemic requirement to do so. So anyway, carbonyl sulfide comes out of volcanoes. It rains down in rainwater after a series of chemical reactions that happen in the atmosphere. When volcanoes erupt, they produce various different non-greenhouse gases. In other words, gases that make the planet colder by causing additional cloud nucleation. Carbonyl sulfide is one of these. So, for instance, the volcanic ash that comes out of a volcano causes clouds to form because the water vapor will condense on those particles. Carbonyl sulfide is another one of those cloud nucleation molecules. And then chemical reactions happen, and it rains down, and then it's in living cells, and then it evaporates out of living cells, and it's part of what we call the sulfur cycle. So one of the ways to benefit from the sulfur cycle is to consume MSM supplements. And the worse your diet is, the less MSM you'll be likely to have. So we're only putting up health-based items here at smashomash.com/affiliate. And that's because of the COVID crisis and because we're interested in people's respiratory health, not nonsense about masks and lockdowns. We're concerned about herd immunity, real science, and yeah, hydroxychloroquine is, well, you get the idea. By the way, check us out at bitchute.com/smashomash for exclusive videos. Now, we've also created a Teespring account, and as our regular viewers are well aware, I've been modeling the Smasher Price My First Pandemic shirt, which is an essay about the infantile, pathetic, and ineffective response by mankind to, create things like global mask mandates. We've also printed it on tights. You can even get them in gold or purple. If you want your butt to look as big as possible, go with the gold because that's the lightest color. Black is slimming, and yellow makes you look stacked. So there's what's going on with that. We've also released 3 new designs since then, including I've Survived a Global Pandemic so far, and Mansa, Make America Not Suck Again, and Mensa, Make Earth Not Suck Again. And that's part of the reason why we have the test patterns that we have, folks. So again, check those out. Links are all below the video here to the Smash store. And we'll actually have additional storefronts in the future. This is kind of just dipping our tippy toe into it. If you have any particular requests for the Smash store, let us know what those are, and we will consider making a custom design for you. And to all of our regular and indeed irregular viewers, if you need to reach us for whatever reason at a moment's notice, as if we're Minutemen, and some of us are indeed, reach us at the smAsho VoIP line. It's country code 1. That's country code +1, area code 610-936-9799. That's country code 1, area code 610-936-9799. And thanks for tuning in to another Sunday edition of the SMAshlights, where I vanish and then basically do whatever I want, and then basically talk about whatever I want, and then just reappear like this.